Just because something starts small, it doesn't mean it can't change your entire life or impact the world. Let's talk about the power of small beginnings. Hey guys, it's Anita and welcome to the Creative Studio Sessions. These are the spaces where I share ideas and thoughts for living a brave, meaningful, and creative life. So I want to share a simple story that demonstrates the power of small beginnings. Back in 2011, and I had gone on my first trip abroad alone. I was teaching English in Italy and I absolutely loved it. And I came back to Canada and I didn't really have anyone to share these travel experiences with. And so I wanted to remember and also digest everything that I had learned. So I thought I would start a blog. So the following summer when I went to East Africa, I started a blog. It was so basic. It was called Anita Cinemedia, since at that time I knew I wanted to work in film and media already. And I didn't have very many blogs on it. I didn't really get into a habit of blogging regularly, but I just started with this little website that made me write a bio. And in the process of writing these bios for myself as I built this blog and just having a website, I started to build something for myself. I started to create a little space to nurture my vision. And this little blog that really went nowhere, I took it down eventually and then built AnitaWingley.com a couple of years later. But this little blog started to open doors. This was part of the reason why I had the courage to keep traveling and to stand up for myself and talk about the things I wanted and talk about big ideas like social enterprise and businesses changing the world. So literally this tiny blog and just following that impulse to want to share my travel experiences eventually led me to getting to travel all around the world to over 35 countries so far. It led me to getting jobs working in digital media. It led me to build my entire digital media skill set where now I can do content strategy, graphic design, web design, photography, videography, editing, like all kinds of things that I didn't know before. I only know because I just followed this little spark in my soul to create a little blog. And it wasn't even that long ago. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's 2019, and so it was only 7 years ago, and there's still so much life ahead of me, but I look at like this tiny beginning that I had just starting the blog. And I had no idea what it would lead to, but I just knew that this was the next way that maybe I could hopefully inspire someone else. This little blog taught me how to put myself out there, and it meant when I did things like going to networking events where I didn't know anyone, I had some idea of what to tell people about myself because I had written my about page. So what I want to really encourage you guys with in this video is to not discount the power of small beginnings. Just because something starts small doesn't mean that you can grow it into something big. And here's the thing, when you start small, it's like you declare to the universe that I am going to do this and I am willing to take steps forward until the doors open. And I promise you that one day they will. But here is the catch from the way that life and the world works. You can't expect too much too soon. This is something that even now I continue to tell myself when I have those moments where I'm like, why don't I have more success now? It's like, Anita, you can't expect too much too soon. Like, this is a lifelong journey. It's not just about a one-trick pony or your 15 minutes of fame. It's about a lifelong journey of creating a life that is really meaningful and fulfilling to you. And everyone that I know who is doing what they love in life now started small. And it just starts with these daily little actions. There are times in life where we take ourselves out of the game because we think that it's not even going to be worth the effort to try. But I really want to encourage you to try and even if you have to build something that falls apart, that sounds terrible, that people are like, why are you doing that? That was a waste of your time. So here's another example. The first travel video that I ever edited took me 3 weeks to edit. And 3 weeks full time, because at this point I was just a content creator. I wasn't doing other jobs. And when I think about it, I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing for those 3 weeks. But I remember just like so finely chopping every single footage and trying to put it together in some artistic way. And it turned out good. It didn't get a ton of views, but I learned so much through that process. And a couple years later, from that time of editing that first travel video together, I ended up getting a job where now part of what I do for a living is edit videos. And it's a lot easier to me now. But it started with the fact that I just decided I was going to learn how to edit video, and I was willing to do what it took, and I was willing to sacrifice some time and some of my mental energy to stand there or sit there and learn how to edit this video. So now I've gotten paid to edit videos many times more than just the 3 weeks that I put in. And that is another example of the power of small beginnings. So I want you to know that this is something that I continue to practice. There are days when my dreams are so big that I'm like, what's the point in doing this? And then I'm like, no, everything starts small. And sometimes starting small is actually a blessing, because it means that the eyes of the world are not on your project yet. No one's judging it yet. No one's telling you that it's crap or that it's amazing. Like, no one's clouding your judgment. It's just you and the work in front of you. And to me, that's a very sacred thing to put your heart and soul into something. So I want to encourage you, if there's something that you want to create in this world, be okay with it starting small. If you want to create a really inspiring Instagram account, just post one photo at a time. Even if no one sees, know that every time you build that skill set, you flex your creative muscles and your courage muscles as you put stuff out into the world, it's opening doors for you. The doors might not open right now, but my life has just taught me that those doors will open at the right time. There have been jobs that I've landed that when I look at them, I'm like, that is a miracle. But you can't land a new job every single day because then you're working a different job every day. But you will have those moments where you're like, I have momentum. I have momentum from all the work that I've put in my small beginning for all of those days, months, maybe even years. Just know that those doors are opening for you, that they will open as long as you keep plugging away. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to keep this one short. Don't forget in the power of small beginnings. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to follow more of my creative adventures, follow me on Instagram or on my blog, anitawingley.com. And you can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching, for sharing in this journey with me, and for daring to be one of those people that creates a beautiful, extraordinary, a little bit crazy, but definitely daring life. I will see you in the next one.